Hello and welcome to the Blessed Channel, a peaceful space where meditation and true stories of blessings come together, a space to pause, breathe, and receive. Here on the Blessed Channel, we share real stories of healing, hope, celebration, and inner transformation, all through the power of meditation, presence, and connection. This is more than a channel. It's a sanctuary of stories where every day people open their hearts to share how divine blessings have shaped their lives in subtle, powerful, and often unexpected ways. Whether you're on a spiritual path, seeking peace, or simply curious about the beauty of meditation, you're welcome here. My name is Pooja S, and I'm based in New York. Professionally, I've been working as a litigation paralegal for over 18 years. But beyond the legal world, my heart is deeply rooted in service, stillness, and spiritual connection. For over 15 years, I've been a dedicated member of the Art of Living Foundation. As a certified teacher, I've had the privilege of sharing powerful tools for inner transformation through the Art of Living Basic Part 1 course, Sat Samadhi Meditation, and Shri Shri Yoga. These practices have been profound blessings in my own life, guiding me toward greater peace, joy, and self-discovery. And it's now my greatest joy to share those same blessings with others through this channel. I'm also a proud and grateful mother to a 24-year-old son who's independent, handsome, and incredibly intelligent. He continues to inspire me every day. It is truly an honor to welcome our special guest today, someone whose story and presence is a blessing in itself. So take a moment to pause, breathe, and receive as we step into another heartfelt journey here on the Blessed Channel. Please welcome Chris Steer. Steer is a global wellness leader, life coach, social emotional facilitator who bridges public health, cultural leadership, and education to help individuals reconnect with themselves and thrive in community. With over 15 years of international experience, he has empowered thousands of youth, educators, and leaders across the US, Latin America, Caribbean, and West Africa. Chris is a founder of Inity, a private coaching practice offering one-on-one coaching, group programs, and custom workshops designed for people navigating stress, transitions, and personal growth. As a senior facilitator and former regional director with Sky Schools, the youth education wing of the Art of Living Foundation, Steer led transformative SEL and breathwork programs for students, teachers, and parents. His leadership extended across North and South America, where he delivered programs to over 6,000 students and 500 educators across Mexico, Colombia, and the US. Steer also brings a deep commitment to culture, leadership, and community celebration. He co-organized and hosted a World Culture Festival's 50th anniversary of hip hop, curating a 150-member team and sharing the stage with legends like Curtis Blow and Dead Prez. Rooted in purpose and joy, Steer is devoted to building well-being ecosystems that support schools, families, and organizations. Whether guiding a teen through anxiety or helping a district implement SEL at scale, he brings calm, clarity, and structure to every space he enters. Today, we look forward to learning from his wisdom, experience, and powerful work he continues to do through healing, service, and education. Please join us in welcoming Chris Steer to our Blessed Channels. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. So happy to have you. All the way from Europe, he's joining us. Thank you so much. So let's open with a simple yet profound question.
Yes.
How do you define blessing in your life?
Yeah, to me, blessings are just anything that allows grace to move through. So whether it's the simplest things like waking up in the morning or to be able to share love with, someone next to me or give a smile to the next person, whether it's receiving or giving, I believe that blessings is just anything that allows the grace to flow, the divine nature to flow.
Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful. So how did your journey with the Art of Living begin?
Ah, so the journey is still beginning for me. But with the art of living, the way that I was pulled into the art of living, I don't think that I was necessarily uh, knowing that this was going to be something that was going to be such a huge part of my life. But I feel that the grace of the divine pulled me into a workshop where I learned very, very simple um, victory breath was, the Ujjayi breath was the first thing that I did in an intro workshop in Philadelphia when I was in grad school at the time. And I'm very grateful to the people that introduced me and taught me the first breathing technique that really gave me a calm and center. But, at the time, I was already seeking some form of consciousness. And I feel that Gurudev, the divine, placed these people in my vicinity so that I can go forward with what was in my heart. So once I learned the Ujjayi breath, I said, okay, this is it. I was a broke college student or, graduate school student. And I said, look, I don't need any other course that you're talking about. I'll just go and practice this on my own.
Mhm.
But I'm very grateful for a very persistent art of living teacher who's very close to my heart. And she really pushed me to make sure I took a course. And once I took that course, that was it. I knew that I, I already had it in my heart that I wanted to impact the future or the youth with being able to teach them consciousness and learn about how they can become their most natural versions of themselves. And I found the synergy with this uh, organization and my own purpose.
The the last part got cut off, but
It's still blossoming this whole journey.
no, absolutely. It reminds me of something that, back in the day when I started in 2009, when I first took my course. It really changed my life. I really felt very connected with myself, and I wanted to share that with others because it literally changed my life 180 degrees. Like everything, the thought process or the way I was communicating with people or at work, so absolutely it's a blessing, and what you're doing is amazing, teaching the youth and the teachers or parents, whatever community work you're doing. It's very rewarding. So
Oh,
you
beautiful.
so you co-organized and hosted the 50th anniversary of hip hop at WCF in 2023. What inspired you to bring hip hop to the global stage in this way?
Into this. Um, Most of the time, I think that that's how the grace manages to just pull you into directions where you didn't even know was truly possible. So fortunately, I was in Boone, North Carolina the year before, and I was able to have a brief conversation with uh with Gurdev, and he told me that for some reason I was going to be helping to bring more people of color to World Culture Festival and Art of Living. And so I said, okay, I didn't know how or what. He told me at first just 50 drummers, 50 drummers or something like this. And I said, okay. Um, and I had no clue. Even that felt very large for me at the time. But through that process, it was nothing but uh, getting through all the limited mindsets that I had and working with an incredible team. And it wasn't just me, it was the entire team that pulled everything together. And um, we were able to connect with legendary hip hop artists like Curtis Blow and Dead Prez, who have really influenced the entire culture, as well as the graffiti artists and the break dancers. And so much of it is uh, very important to Black culture in America and also across the world, right? And so it was just something that we felt was necessary to bring to light, and it was it actually fell on the same time as the 50th anniversary of hip hop. And
Wow.
so because of this, it was all aligned, in its perfect, perfect storm. So
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. So, hip hop has always been rooted in community resistance and resilience. How did you integrate that spirit into the WCF celebration?
yeah, I think that that's just its nature. It's the nature is to have resilience, and that is the nature also of WCF and Art of Living is to find ways to bring peace and happiness. Actually, the roots and the origination of hip hop it stems from the values stem from love, peace, unity, and having fun. And that's where hip hop was really born. And, having the legends like Curtis Blow and all of the other MCs that we worked with, the legendary hip hop artists that were able to come, over 150 hip hop artists that are professionals and legends and in this arena were able to just contribute exactly what the culture personifies already. And so it was just more of a synergy than it is me bringing out anything because the people already had it. It was
Yeah,
just about getting the people together to unify to do this. And so we did that. I think we did that in a very beautiful and special way. And I don't think that there were many hip hop celebrations that were happening around that same time, but nothing like how we did with WCF.
absolutely. I agree with that. So what's one behind the scene moment that really moved you or left an imprint on your heart from that WCF organizing?
I think the amount of meetings that we had throughout the year, working with Curtis Blow was amazing throughout the entire time period. Working with our team like Zakai and Annalise and um, Gabriel Ben and Miss Barbara Jones, all of these contributors that were local to DC as well as people who were connected globally. So building team and having those times of man, we don't know if we're gonna pull this together, and oh, the production company is saying that this must be moved, and all of the elements that come uh, sometimes, and it creates chaos, but it allows you to be rooted and grounded. So for me, it's the tech is preaching. We had to practice. So. Um, Being rooted in that is what is my favorite part because I learned so many lessons.
So what was it like standing on a stage in front of over a million people, introducing legends and dignitaries from around the world?
It was a special moment. Yeah, it was definitely a special moment. Also, very nerve-wracking in the beginning, but I felt that it was very much an honor to do that because of Gurdev was able to trust us, the co-hosts at the time, to deliver this. And honestly, I let go. It wasn't about me. It was about the message that's there for WCF. So being able to let go of my own small mind and realizing that this whole thing was not about me, but for everyone to just enjoy and be a part of. And so I had a lot of fun up there, actually. It was an amazing experience. And hopefully I can be asked to do those type of things again one day.
Great. It's awesome. So if you could bring one more culture movement to the next WCF, maybe it's going to be in Australia, what would it be?
Oh, yes. I would say Amo piano, Afro beats, anything that is creating a wave of if we're talking about music, that's what I would love to see more of, like the African culture that's ingrained in, Afro Latina, Afro, Latino culture, and um, because hip hop is sometimes just it can be associated with just American culture, but it's so vast. The people of color on this planet, and being able to also introduce Iranian culture and Middle Eastern culture, everything mixed and fused in, but uh, is expanded more and more. So yeah.
Yeah, the last part we missed. There was the screen paused. I heard the Iranian culture, and then after that, it paused.
Sure. So I was just okay. All of these cultures, I think that that's already what Art of Living is doing. But for me, I would love to see, you know, more African culture infused within this, and not just traditional African culture, but what's happening currently with the young people around the world in this way. Um, it's so integrated into pop culture nowadays, and sometimes not super recognized. So I think that it's a perfect opportunity to bring that forward.
That's awesome. Looking forward to the next WCF. So our last question for you. 3 words to describe the feeling of being on that main stage.
Love, gratitude, and grace.
Oh, beautiful. It's been real honor having you with us today. Thank you for sharing your insight and your heart with the Blessed Channel. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.